You know, it's funny. You can score like 100% on a complex English grammar exam.
Oh, easily.
Right. You map out the past perfect and the present continuous tenses with flawless precision. And then you just completely freeze when a coworker walks past your desk and says 3 casual words.
It's the ultimate real-world stress test, really.
Yeah, it is.
Because the modern workplace, it isn't testing your vocabulary, it's testing your real-time processing speed.
Your reaction time.
Exactly. You have this tiny 1-second window to respond to a passing greeting, and suddenly, despite all your preparation, you're just a deer in the headlights of corporate small talk.
Your brain just throws up a massive error screen. I mean, it happens to all of us. So welcome to today's deep dive. For you listening right now, we are exploring this stack of notes on the unspoken sociolinguistic cheat codes of office small talk.
It's a fascinating subject.
It really is. And our mission today is to make sure your brain never freezes again in those microscopic passing interactions.
Right.
We're going to decode the psychology behind what people are actually saying and equip you with the exact tools to respond.
And rather than just, giving you a random list of phrases, we're going to navigate this by looking at the shifting psychological landscape of the work week.
Chronologically, right?
Yes, exactly. We'll examine the rituals of reestablishing tribal belonging on Monday mornings, and then move into the frictionless coordination required midday.
The busy hours.
Right, the busy hours. And then we'll end with the mechanics of graceful disengagement on Friday afternoons. Because these aren't just polite words, they're highly complex social signals.
Okay, let's unpack this. We have to start with the single most unavoidable phrase uttered in every office on planet Earth.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
You walk in the door, it's Monday morning, and someone hits you with, "How was your weekend?"
It's an ambush.
Totally.
I mean, it is an ambush if you interpret it literally. The hidden trap here is the friction between literal translation and social intention.
Because our brains want to be accurate.
Exactly. When asked a direct question like that, our analytical brains immediately want to provide a factually accurate report.
Right, like here is my itinerary.
You naturally want to list your Saturday chores, your Sunday dinner, and maybe a minor inconvenience you faced at the grocery store.
Right, but the person asking doesn't want an itinerary. They just want a vibe.
A vibe, yes.
I always think of this like asking someone to paint a picture of their weekend. They do not want a high-definition 4K photograph of your 2 days off.
No, absolutely not.
They just want a blurry impressionist painting. They need to know the general color palette, like, was it a good color or a bad color? And that is it.
What's fascinating here is that to paint that impressionist picture, full grammatically perfect sentences are actually detrimental.
Wait, detrimental? Like they hurt the conversation?
Yes. They're actively discouraged in this context. Small talk is specifically designed to be small,
Oh, I see.
using complete syntax signals to the other person that you are launching into a larger narrative. And that immediately breaks the social contract of a passing greeting.
That makes total sense. So if my weekend was genuinely good and they follow up with, did anything fun, is it considered rude to just drop the grammar and say, not really, just stayed home?
Not at all.
Because I always overthink that. Is that actually preferred over a robotic, complete sentence like, I did not participate in any enjoyable activities?
Oh, absolutely. Speaking in fragments is a requirement for fluency here.
A requirement.
Yeah, because the psychological goal of the Monday morning greeting isn't information exchange. It's social reentry.
You're proving you still belong.
Right. You're reestablishing your belonging in the office tribe after 2 days away. So the absolute masterstroke response to the Monday morning trap is just 2 words.
Let me guess.
Pretty chill.
Pretty chill. Exactly.
It's brilliantly non-committal. Pretty chill implies calm, relaxed, nothing crazy happened.
You project a positive, low-stress vibe.
Right, without opening the door to 20 follow-up questions.
And then you immediately complete the ritual by returning the volley. You just add you at the end. Pretty chill you.
Boom, done. In 12 seconds flat, you have successfully navigated reentry, you've proven you're a functional member of the tribe, and you can get on with your day.
Which brings us to the next psychological phase of the day. So the morning settles down, you're at your desk, and the dynamic shifts from tribal belonging to, like, frictionless coordination.
Right, getting the actual work done.
Exactly. You are deep into a spreadsheet, and a coworker grabs their keys and asks, "Going for coffee?" I have to say, this is one of my favorite linguistic mechanics from the source material.
He's so efficient.
It really is. I view the phrase going for coffee exactly like a zipped computer file.
Oh, a zipped file is the perfect analogy for what is happening cognitively there.
That's right. It's just 3 words. But when you unzip it in your brain, it expands into this incredibly complex social matrix.
Unpack that matrix. What does it actually mean?
It means, I am going to the coffee shop right now. Do you want to come with me? Or do you want me to bring you one? Or are you too busy to even think about caffeine? All of that data is compressed into those 3 tiny words.
It is a highly efficient use of language. But the genius of it lies in its intentional ambiguity.
How so?
Well, the coffee contract, as we can call it, is designed so that neither party loses face.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. If they asked explicitly, do you want to come with me to the coffee shop? And you say no, there's a micro-rejection.
That feels harsh.
It does. By keeping the invitation vague, they protect the social harmony.
Right, so nobody gets their feelings hurt.
Exactly. And the corresponding multi-tool response to this is, I'll grab one.
I'll grab one. That maintains the exact same level of protective ambiguity.
Yes, it matches their energy perfectly.
Because it could mean, yes, I will physically grab my coat and join you. Or it could mean, yes, I will gladly accept a coffee if you are buying one for me.
You're leaning into the ambiguity as a feature, not a bug.
I love that. You're matching their level of social compression.
But frictionless coordination isn't just about coffee breaks, right? It's heavily focused on managing interruptions.
Oh, the desk hover. Yes. The dreaded desk hover. So someone walks up while you have 12 tabs open in a looming deadline and they ask, got a minute?
A classic.
Now, strictly speaking, my answer should be, I am currently busy. But stating that feels incredibly aggressive, even if it is factually true. Why does stating a simple fact feel like such a violation of the workplace code?
Because workplace language is a delicate balancing act. It's not just about exchanging facts, it's about maintaining relationships.
Right.
Got a minute. Is not a literal inquiry about your schedule. It's a polite request for permission to interrupt your workflow.
So when I say I'm busy,
When you reply with a stiff, formal, I am currently busy, you aren't just denying the request, you're rejecting the cooperative rhythm of the environment.
you're hitting them with a conversational brick wall.
Exactly.
Strips away all the necessary social padding. You might as well just hold up a physical stop sign.
Precisely. You want to maintain approachability even when you are completely swamped.
So what's the better response?
The ideal response is something like, sure, what's up? To gauge the urgency.
Just to see if it's an emergency.
Right. Or, if you truly are drowning in work, softening the blow is key. You could say, I'm in the middle of something right now. Can I catch you in 10?
That's much better.
You protect your time without fracturing the relationship.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And speaking of protecting time and managing attention, there's a vital tool for shifting gears mid-conversation that we need to look at.
Ah, yes. The cognitive lubrication of the topic pivot. The phrase, by the way.
It operates exactly like a turn signal on a vehicle.
A turn signal, I like that.
If you're discussing a Q3 financial report and you suddenly ask about Friday's lunch plans, you cause cognitive whiplash for your listener.
It's jarring.
Very, by the way, is an auditory warning that the conversational terrain is about to change.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Using a filler phrase like, by the way, actually signals a much higher level of fluency and social awareness than having a perfect dictionary-level vocabulary.
It really does. It shows emotional intelligence.
Yeah, it proves you understand the mechanics of human attention. You aren't just reciting facts at someone, you are actively managing their cognitive load so they don't get jarred by the sudden subject change.
You're taking responsibility for the flow of the interaction.
That's a great way to put it.
It is a hallmark of a sophisticated communicator to pave the way for a new topic rather than just dropping it into someone's lap.
Right, so we've navigated the frictionless coordination of the midday stretch.
We survived the morning.
We did. But then we hit the afternoon slump. Energy dips, the caffeine wears off, and the psychological landscape shifts yet again.
This is a crucial phase.
This is when coworker bonding tends to happen. And interestingly, a massive portion of that bonding relies heavily on shared misery.
Shared frustration is one of the most potent evolutionary tools we have for building solidarity, especially in a flat corporate hierarchy.
The break room in the late afternoon is exactly where this plays out.
Oh, constantly.
All right, so picture this. You are in the break room, and a coworker walks in, sighs heavily, and just starts unloading.
We've all been there.
They're venting about the jammed copier, a meeting that ran 20 minutes over, the fact that the printer is out of toner again. We have a supposed magic response for this scenario from the notes, which is the phrase, "tell me about it."
A very common, very effective idiom.
But see, I have to vehemently push back on this, though, because the literal words are a trap.
How so?
Well, tell me about it. Sounds exactly like a command for a 20-minute monologue.
Ah, I see what you mean.
If I am exhausted and I
Yeah.
just want to get my water and go back to my desk, why on earth would I explicitly invite them to continue talking about the broken printer? It feels like the opposite of what I actually want.
That is the paradox of workplace idioms. If you analyze the syntax, you are absolutely right. It sounds like a direct invitation for more data.
Please, give me a presentation on the toner.
Right. But it functions entirely as a sympathy phrase. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it doesn't mean, please provide more details.
What does it actually translate to?
It translates to, I have been there, I totally understand, and your frustration is valid. You are offering solidarity, not an open mic.
Okay, so it's a way of saying, you don't even need to explain the details to me because I already know exactly how bad it is.
Yes. These verbal nods of solidarity are crucial for office survival. When someone vents about a jammed copier, they do not want you to fix the copier.
Thank goodness.
And they certainly don't want to give a dissertation on paper jams. They are seeking emotional validation.
It's a quick connection.
Yes. Tell me about it. Provides instant, frictionless validation. It establishes that you are in the trenches together.
It's a pressure release valve. You acknowledge their pain without actually having to absorb it yourself.
And there is a secondary phrase that works similarly for building solidarity. Same here.
Oh, I use that one all the time.
It's perfect. If a colleague sighs and says, I'm so exhausted today, the phrase same here is perfectly calibrated.
Couldn't you just say me too?
You could. Me too is factually identical. But same here carries a slightly warmer, more casual undertone.
It feels more natural.
It builds a microbond. It proves you're experiencing the exact same environmental stressors in that moment.
Yeah, it feels less like an isolated statement and more like you are huddled under the same umbrella in a rainstorm.
Beautiful analogy.
It builds that necessary tribal cohesion to get through the final hours of the week. Which brings us to the grand finale.
The best part of the week?
It is 5:00 p.m. on a Friday. The week is over, and we shift into the final psychological phase. Graceful disengagement.
Leaving the office gracefully is surprisingly difficult for people who overthink the literal meaning of words.
It really is.
The most common mistake is to announce the physical act of departing.
Which is objectively hilarious to me. That standing up, putting on your coat, looking at your colleagues and saying, I am leaving now, is considered wrong.
It sounds so rigid.
It is grammatically perfect, it is 100% factual, and yet it makes you sound like a robot powering down.
I am leaving now.
Exactly.
Yes, it is completely devoid of social warmth. It focuses entirely on your own physical movement rather than the relationship you have with the people you are leaving behind.
It's too self-centered.
Right. Graceful disengagement requires an outward-facing sentiment.
Which is why the ultimate exit code is those 5 magic words. Have a nice weekend.
The perfect exit.
It takes the spotlight off of your physical departure and shines it on your hope for their happiness over the next 48 hours.
It is a flawlessly designed script. By wishing them well, you trigger an automatic pre-programmed response from them.
You too.
You too, or thanks you too. It's a clean, positive exchange that allows everyone to exit the social stage without awkward lingering.
You don't have to stand there and explain your weekend plans.
No, and you don't need to justify your departure time either. You initiate the disengagement ritual, they complete it, and the social contract is sealed until Monday morning.
So what does this all mean for you listening at home? We have mapped out the shifting terrain of the entire work week.
We covered a lot of ground.
We really did. We started with a pretty chill vibe check to reestablish your place in the tribe.
A vital first step.
Then we navigated the frictionless coordination of I'll grab one and the cognitive lubrication of by the way. We built solidarity through the shared misery of tell me about it. And finally achieved graceful disengagement with have a nice weekend.
You now have a comprehensive sociolinguistic toolbox.
Yes, you do.
You understand the hidden mechanics behind these interactions, which removes the panic of trying to translate everything literally in real time.
But to make sure your brain doesn't freeze the next time someone hovers at your desk, you need to build muscle memory.
Practice makes perfect.
So the actual homework here, straight from the source notes, is called the 3x3.
I love this exercise.
Out of the phrases we decoded today, pick just 3 that fit your specific workplace environment. Say them out loud, 3 times each.
Out loud is the key part.
Yes, out loud. You want your vocal cords to know how to form these specific sequences before your analytical brain even has time to get involved and mess it up.
Removing the friction between thought and expression is the key to fluency in any environment.
Exactly.
And if you want to put your instincts to the test, you can head over to Phrasy.xyz. They have a free 20-phrase quiz designed specifically for these types of nuanced office interactions.
And it's totally free, right?
Yes, and there are no signups required. Just jump in and test yourself.
Awesome. And if you want a physical cheat sheet to keep near your monitor, you can grab their Pay What You Want PDF guide at phrasy.gumroad.com. It is a fantastic quick reference tool.
Highly recommend it.
Also, we will likely be doing future deep dives into the unwritten rules of email English.
No, that's a whole different battlefield.
It really is. Decoding the passive-aggressive nuances of per my last email, or the true meaning of a quick question. So definitely keep an ear out for that.
There is always a deeper layer to uncover in human communication.
Always.
But as we wrap up, looking at this entire sequence of scripted interactions, this raises an important question.
Okay, lay it on me.
Well, we rely so heavily on completely formulaic phrases like pretty chill or same here. If we are all just walking around the office reciting these pre-written, highly compressed lines to each other, are we actually communicating information at all?
Wow.
Or is office small talk nothing more than an ancient evolutionary ritual we perform to prove to the rest of the tribe that we are safe, predictable, and cooperative?
That is the perfect thought to leave on. Because if it is just an evolutionary ritual, it really makes you wonder about the power dynamics at play in your own office.
It shifts your whole perspective.
Next week, pay attention to who initiates these rituals and who is expected to respond, who dictates the vibe check, and who is forced to quickly match it.
Fascinating stuff to watch for.
The water cooler might just be a modern-day campfire, complete with its own unspoken hierarchy. So next time you're caught in that 1-second window, remember you aren't taking a grammar test.
Not at all.
You are participating in human evolution. Take a breath, unzip the file, and whatever you do, don't let your brain freeze. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.